Let's go.
Look, I saw this.
Aloha everybody, Lawrence with Maui Flight Academy, flying here with Garrett from Maui Brewing Company. My beautiful wife Regina in the back, who handles our flight operations, and I wanted to introduce everybody to our award-winning roaster, Heather.
We're on our way to Silver Cloud Coffee Farm to visit Miles and workers and check out some of the coffees that we've brought over recently.
This coffee farm is on the south side of Mauna Loa. Mauna Loa is the largest mountain on planet Earth. It's a volcanic, shield volcanic mountain. And from the bottom of the ocean floor, it extends up to 53,000 feet. There's the Big Island itself, and the Big Island is made up of 5 volcanoes. We're going to be landing in Hilo today. We're going to be doing the ILS runway 26. Ginger and ginger root is considered a weed, invasive species, and it's everywhere.
Hello, Miles.
Hi, guys. Yeah, Maui This used to be a flower farm. It's much cooler. We are at about 2,200 feet above sea level. Plus, we are surrounded by the slopes of the mountains. So, the trade winds that come in from the northeast generally hit these mountains, then they drop a lot of moisture. So, I get about an average of 80 inches of rainfall.
Wow.
Last year, it was 122 inches.
Wow.
And this year, we are only 6 months and we're already 60 inches.
Wow.
So-
Okay, so you're on pace.
We are on pace, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I did bring my rain jacket just in
You know, there are 2 varieties of coffee. One is the Arabica variety and there's the Liberica variety. That's the Robusta, they call it. Now, the Robusta is generally not used for gourmet coffee. Robusta is normally used in instant coffee, in ground coffee. But that is much more resistant to this nematode. So we use the rootstock of the Robusta and graft it with Arabica.
Oh, wow.
That's smart.
Brilliant.
But that's a long-term project. I grew up on a coffee and cardamom farm in India. But we only came to we used to call them estates. We came to the coffee estates because they are in remote parts. Your coffee doesn't grow in city areas. It is in remote jungles, under shade. Coffee is grown under shade in India. I mean, we were kind of marginal farmers. We hardly made money. Every season was a struggle, right? So he was determined that I went into accounting and commerce and worked for oil and gas for 40 years. But I said, one day, I will have my own coffee farm. And then after post-retirement, decided to look around, see where can I invest my little savings. And I looked at Hawaii. Hawaii was my last choice, actually. I only knew about Hawaii after searching a lot of places. Africa was not interesting because land tenure is a very sensitive subject in Africa. Foreigners owning land is, you don't know. The government may change their minds, they may confiscate everything, and you lose everything. So secure risk of investment was a question that I had to address. What's the best place, risk-free? United States of America.
Land of opportunity.
And there it is. That's how I landed up in Hawaii.
Beautiful.
I looked at Kona. Kona was well known. Everybody knows about Kona coffee. But I went and looked at the farms. image of a coffee place was different from what I saw in Kona. All rock and coffee was not grown on shade. There was not much of an elevation. I said, not interested. Then I saw this, but it was a flower farm. The size was perfect. 22 acres is what I was looking at, or 25 acres, because that's manageable, one person to manage. And
How many trees?
6,000. I've got 6,000 trees now.
And how many pounds of coffee would 6,000 trees?
A good managed farm should give you between 10 and 15 pounds of cherry per tree. Elevation and shade definitely has an effect on the coffee. The slower you slow down the maturity of the coffee bean. If you are at lower elevations, and a good indication is if you're traveling on the highway 11, everything below that is about 1,500. You need to look at coffee trees or coffee fruit from higher elevations on the island. Gives you much better, because the fruitation time of the cherry is longer. It gives the density of the coffee beans with higher elevations. See, the two branches of coffee moved from Ethiopia and Yemen. And most of our coffee grown here, all from what came to South America and everything, is from the Yemeni branch of the family, not the Ethiopian branch of the family.
And can you tell the difference in flavor between the two?
Oh yeah, the geisha is considered the gold standard. I think the flavor and the complexity I would put about 20% is on variety. 80% is when you pick the cherry, how you process it, and how you mature the bean to finally come into your roaster.
Yeah.
Coffee only can produce from the horizontal branches. So if you cut off a horizontal branch, you get no production. If you cut a vertical stem, the ones that go straight up, then it will send out another shoot. The coffee trees are pretty tough trees. They take a lot of beating, and they still come back.
And so you said if you cut a vertical, it'll throw
So what we do
horizontal,
is, too many verticals, it becomes too dense. Air circulation, and it's a haven for a lot of insects. So what we do is we'll come after a certain time and we will select the best shoots, the best verticals, leave maximum 4 and remove all the rest. I'm able to produce coffee from seed to cup, with the exception of roasting.
That's where Heather comes in.
Look at those cups, too.
All right. It's funny, like when we got in the plane this morning, I only had the one cup this morning in my house. I was like, I can't wait to have some of the coffee at that farm. Like, it's just super exciting. Ladies first, of course. You all.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh, it's not cold. There's a styrofoam here if anybody wants it as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, I have over 100 chickens.
Oh yeah?
7 guinea fowls, 5 geese.
Do you
Plan to increase my guinea fowl population because I find them more efficient. They are
the chickens?
relentless. Yeah, chickens are not so, but the guinea fowl are relentless. They are on the job from daybreak to sunset.
Wow.
Yeah. Most people on the mainland have no idea what a malasada is.
Yeah. Well, it's essentially fried dough with rolled in sugar.
From the Philippines, yeah?
Yeah, so Filipino donut, really, I think. But they're fantastic. Sometimes you can get them filled with different things like halpia, which is a coconut custard, or these are just plain malasadas, and they're fantastic.
Well, it's time to say goodbye to Silver Cloud Farm. What a fantastic place, and just a lovely farm. As you can see, it's afternoon rain, morning sun, and I hope you enjoyed our visit here. And the coffee is fantastic. It's probably one of the best coffees you could ever possibly have. It was delicious, and I think you should give it a try. So click on the link below for how to order it, and remember, all the coffee that you purchase goes towards our flight training scholarship, and now we get to go fly home.